Offline. Online. All right, I should be live now. So if anyone is online, go and chat. Cash plus one. All right, cash plus one. If you can hear me, if you can see me loud and clear, please give me a response, because yes, I just want to know that it has started. And also, meanwhile, we're just welcoming more people to come on. I think it's quite sad. Interest rates are going this way, but I guess that we always need to have some kind of update sometime over the other. And yeah, if you're live now, please go and comment cash plus one. Okay, cash plus one. Okay, we have a few watching now already. Yeah, just go and shout cash plus one, then we are good to go. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to everyone. I mean, I'm not talking to the air. Okay, I think we can start. Right. So today's topic is really about talking about some cash places where we want to put in. Yeah. I send the link to my Telegram group first. I forget to tell them. Okay. If you haven't joined the Telegram group, please go and join. Because sometimes all this news they will post on my Telegram group first. Okay. Okay, we just send the link to my Telegram group and then on my Instagram as well. Yeah, you all can ask the question first. Later at the end, I'll do a all-in-one Q&A. Okay, just to answer all the question. I know you all have a lot of questions. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. Okay, I just put in already. Okay, sorry for the wait. Okay, today's agenda, I think I want to go through a few options, and here are the few stuff that I want to talk about today. I know it's a very long list. We will not go through like in full detail, but I just want to highlight some of these options that you can do so to put your cash in right now, because I know that a lot of you have been asking questions on the chat, like every month it is changing, so we really need to get all this going. But firstly, it's a disclaimer. All right, this stream, this video, whenever you're watching it, has not been reviewed by Monetary Authority of Singapore. None of it's financial advice. You all know what it is, right? Past performance is not a guarantee of future performance. So let's go. Okay, firstly, I want to talk about CPF, because why I want to use CPF as a basis is because if we are talking about CPF OA, it's going to get you 2.5% per annum interest. So this is the baseline already. Anything that has less than 2.5%, really, I don't think you should put too much effort into it, okay? Because CPF is already giving you 2.5%. And if you look at some of these options later, some of it are even below 2.5%. Of course, we can all argue that CPF is illiquid, CPF is for retirement, and some of you may not even favor CPF. But I just want you all to use it as a benchmark, you know, like if anything lower than 2.5%, really should not put too much effort into it, okay? And meanwhile, if you still don't know about CPF, it doesn't only have the OA, it has the SA also. So SA has 4% interest. That is assuming that you're okay with it being irreversible. Okay, so I'm not here to preach CPF. I'm just here to use CPF as a benchmark. Okay, whether you want to put money into all the high interest savings account and all the cash management strategy. Okay, so bear in mind 2.5% in OA, 4% in SA, and in fact, if you have less than 60,000 in your combined CPF balances, you can get additional 1% interest up to 20k in the OA, and then the rest is on the slide. Later the slides I will upload to my Ko-fi page, and then I'll put it in the somewhere or I'll inform you lah. Okay. Next one. Okay, I want to talk about the next slide is, oh yeah, one more thing. CPF OA investing workshop. If you want to join me live, physical event, I'm working with Poems. Okay, Poems, we are going to go to their office. We're going to have a live workshop, talk about CPF OA investing. Because some of you, maybe your CPF OA a lot already. Okay, maybe you finish your property. Okay, and then you're thinking where else to get higher return. Of course, this will be a basics of how you can invest your CPF OA in partnership with Poems. There's going to be free food. It's on 8th of August. It's a public holiday eve. Yeah, so one day before National Day. Okay, if you want to sign up, okay, the link is there, hmsg.link/Poems event. Okay, I will also put the link in the slide later. You all can go and click. Okay, I think we have around 100 seats. I just seen it's less than 30 people. So yeah, if you want to go and chat about CPF OA investing, especially how to use Poems, and yeah, then come and join us. We can come and have a chat, have dinner together, come and chit chat. Okay, let's start with fixed deposit. Okay, fixed deposit, like I said already, the benchmark is 2.5% CPF OA. So if your FD, the return, the interest is not more than 2.5%, really don't put too much effort into it. So this is currently the fixed deposit benchmark rates that I found online. I always use this website by sgft.neocities. Okay, and currently the highest one right now based on this website is Bank of India FD. It's giving around 2 point something%, not very fantastic really. So really stop putting your money into FD. Firstly, the liquidity is locked up. Secondly, even the rate is lower than CPF OA. So I would not even consider FD for now. I know in the past we used to have like 3%, 4% FDs. So the era is over already. Unless you really super low risk, cannot lose money. But there are really better options than FDs, right? Later we'll take a look. So FD is really never in my list. Okay, but yeah, some people still use it. So we look at the next option, T-bill. Okay, T-bill, the most recent result, right? Is quite low. It's already less than 2%. You look at it, the T-bill yield is only 1.85%. How far has we fallen? Okay, and then some people I know still want to use their CPF to go and invest T-bill and subscribe to T-bill. You see the T-bill right now, 1.85%. If you use CPF OA 2.5%, you give up. Then you go and subscribe to T-bill. Aren't you going for a lower yield? Yeah, so please don't use CPF, go and subscribe to T-bill. It's just mathematically wrong. All right. And even if you use cash, 1.85% is like barely any return. Okay. There are other cash management strategies which have more than 2%. So there's really no point to put your money, whether it is cash, CPF, or SRS, into T-bills anymore. As of now, 1.85%. Okay, it's really not worth it. Okay, and I expect the rate to fall even further in the next issue because we are in a lower interest rate environment. Okay, so T-bills also, I don't recommend, but some people go for the safety, the security. I think we have to acknowledge that. because T-bills are backed by the government, capital guaranteed, returns also guaranteed. Yeah, so this may be, safe to them. Okay, next one we look at Singapore savings bond. So like I said, there's no point to go T-bills if SSB is already giving 2.29% average out. Okay, it's not like the first year they give you 2.29%, because 2.29% is average out over the 10 years. So the first year is only going to give you around 1.82%. Okay, so 1.82%, you see, is similar to T-bills already, right? Yeah, so unless you hold it until the 10th year, then you can get an average of 2.29%. Okay, so for those of you who want to lock in money in who want to lock in money in Singapore savings bond, and you don't mind just putting it there, you just want to lock in this rate for the next 10 years, I think 2.29%, although it is very low, it's still like no other better alternative because SSB is backed by government. In fact, if you look at my past few videos, like 2-3 years back, I always tell you SSB now is a very good deal, 3+%. Sometimes people want to lock in, and that would be a good time. Now it's not really a good time, but it's still better than other options. I mean, it's better than T-bills right now, like the 1.82% versus that T-bill 1.85%, right? At least the rates will be increasingly better if you hold it through the next few years. All right, so this is my opinion of SSB. I think it's better than T-bills for now, but doesn't mean that it is a very good option. Okay, I think this one is the highlight one, high interest savings account. I've collated some of this very popular high interest savings account. You can look at Standard Chartered Bonus Saver, UOB1, OCBC 360, Trust Savings Account, GXS Savings Pocket, and Marybank. Okay, I just briefly go through because I made videos on each of them already. So if you want the detailed breakdown, right, you just go and search Honey Money, then put the account number, the account name. I will have very detailed analysis. But I just want to highlight that Bonus Saver was the most recent one that is buff. Okay, because right now, if we look at the realistic interest rate, you can get around 3.05%. So how to get 3.05%? You will need a salary credit of $3,000 plus you spend on the Bonus Saver card $1,000 plus bill payment requirements. Okay, that will get you 3.05% on the first 100K. Yeah, so it is quite good. It's the only high interest savings account that got buffed recently. Okay, and the good thing about Bonus Saver is that if you want to add in investment category, because recently they upgraded it, right? You can get additional 2.5%. And I think it's like you invest $20,000, then for the next 6 months, you'll enjoy additional 2.5%. And also Standard Chartered online trading equities, you can buy US stocks. You can also buy London Stock Exchange, just that you have to pay commission. Okay, so the commission, I think it's around 0.2 something percent. So you add up all the fees, you decide for yourself whether it's worth it. But if you add 2.5% to that 3.05%, the simple interest rate will become 5.55% per annum on your first $100,000. So I mean, if you already have some intention to do investment, I think Standard Chartered Bonus Saver is something to look at. But if not, yeah, you can look at the others, which is UOB1. UOB1 will be staying at 3.3% effective. That is if you fulfill the salary credit and the card spend criteria of $500. Okay, and that's on the first $150,000. So that is still quite okay for now if you have 150K. If you have anything less than 150K, then you need to calculate your tiered interest, right? So the difference between Bonus Saver and UOB1 is that Bonus Saver, the interest, right, is applied throughout. Okay, so once you fulfill the criteria, your entire balance, whether it is 100K or 50K or 60K, you get 3.05%. But for UOB1, it's a tiered interest, which means that if you are at the lower tier of AUM, is that called AUM? Sorry, MAB, the monthly average balance, then you will not get 3.3, you'll get more like 2+%. So be very careful. Okay, next one is OCBC 360. Recently they announced a new nerf. So previously it was fighting head to head with UOB1, 3.3%, right? But most recently they announced that from 1st August onwards, they will be having a drop in interest rate to be effective 2.45%. Okay, so the criteria, similar salary credit, card spend plus the ADB increase of $500 per month incremental savings. Yeah, so if you look at the same criteria, right, versus UOB1, and the rate is lower, much lower, 2.45 versus 3.3, and the qualifying eligible cap is much lesser at $100,000 savings instead of 150K. Really, UOB1 would trump OCBC 360 already. Okay, there is no fight from 1st August onwards, unless UOB1 is going to change their interest rates again. Okay, which is very possible. Yeah. So once that happens, we probably going to announce and then cause another another uproar in all the high interest discussions again. Okay, the next three are coming from your digital banks. Okay, Trust Savings Bank, then GXS and Mary Bank. Trust savings are actually quite interesting because if you look at what I talk about, the realistic maximum rate from 1st August, even though it's reduced, it's going to be 2%. So 2%, I know when the announcement started, it was like very low, right? But now you look at the others, actually 2% still look quite okay. But the only condition is that you will need salary credit 1.5K, you will need $30 of card spend multiplied by 5 times, and you need to maintain 100,000 ADB, and you need to be NTUC member. Otherwise, you will need to haircut, deduct 0.2%. So from 2% become 1.8%. So I think if you are doing this trust savings accounting, better to be an NTUC member lah. Go and pay the $9 monthly fee and $108 annual fee, I think. Then the good thing about trust savings account is that the eligible cap is very high. It's up to $1.2 million. I last checked or 1.2 million. If you're high net worth and then you don't want to put T-bills, you don't want to put SSB, you just want to get like 2% on a very high cash savings that you have, maybe you're a very high net worth individual, then I think trust savings account may be something you want to look at instead of the bank, the government. But no, the SDIC insurance is still up to 100,000 only. So anything above $100,000 is not insured already. But I mean, this is a digital bank, so whether it is risky to you or not is up to your own assumption. Okay, but generally, banks in Singapore are very regulated. Yeah, so don't be too worried about that. I think what you need to look at is the GXS savings pocket, because most recently they announced a nerf. I think just last week or this week, I published an announcement that they're going to drop their savings pocket interest rate to 1.38% from the 6th of August. Yeah, and their savings pocket is only 95K. So the main savings account is going to be 1.08%. The savings pocket is going to be 1.38%. Yeah, so we are at this state for savings pocket already. Okay, might as well don't put. Okay, so Mari Bank, the next one, 1.88%, still quite steady. Okay, 100K at 1.88%. Okay, as of now, as of the recording date, which is 16 July. Okay, after this, they may change their rates, we don't know. Okay, so all these accounts, I already compared them side by side. I'll upload the slide later, and then if you want to apply, there is a link there. Okay, if you want to use to support the channel lah. If you don't want to use, also okay one. Okay, I just want to make this educational. Okay, next one I want to talk about money market funds, because we talked about bank accounts already. I think what else you can look at. Last time I talked about money market funds, but that was when they are still yielding around 3+ to 4%. And we look at money market funds now, actually they trend down together with interest rates. If interest rates fall, money market funds are going to have their returns decrease as well. So if you look at one of the more popular money market funds like the Fullerton SGD Liquidity Fund, is less than 2% already. And then the more popular Fullerton SGD Cash Fund is just like very close to 2%. Okay, we are going to disregard the USD money market fund because that has some foreign exchange risks, which, yeah, the USD versus SGD fluctuates so much that I really do not recommend you to go in just for the yield, because the exchange rate risk may eat you up. Okay, so you look at this money market fund, it's like the same as the high interest cash savings account already. Like the Trust Bank is giving you 2%. I mean, with some conditions. Mari Bank is giving you 1.88. These two are really better than the money market funds already. Yeah, so it's no longer as good as it used to be. Yeah, so which is why I still don't put money in money market funds anymore. So money market funds, like I mentioned in the past, is more like a transition phase for you to put your money in the broker so that you have time to execute your trades in time. Okay, you don't need to scramble looking for money deposit. Okay, you can straight away trade. Okay, and then yeah, I usually use Momo for money market funds the last time. Now they are still running this new user promotion, extra $20 from my link if you want to sign up. Okay, but if not, we move on to the next one. Okay, the next one, Longbridge. Longbridge has a very different money market fund, or I should say it's more like a liquidity fund. Previously, they were using the Fullerton SGD Cash Fund, but most recently they updated to the iFast SGD Enhanced Liquidity Fund. So this fund actually has a slightly higher return. We're talking about 2.8 to 2.9% per annum for the past 1 year. Okay, so it's slightly different from money market fund, but the way it works is the same. Okay, every day it will accumulate the NAV, okay, based on the market-based return of this fund. Okay, and it's called the Longbridge Cash Plus. So the Longbridge Cash Plus would subscribe to the iFast SGD Enhanced Liquidity Fund. And coincidentally, for Longbridge, right, they are giving this like new user interest boost coupon yield to upgrade the funds. You know, the return is upgraded. What I mean here is that if you look at the new user promo, next slide, next slide. They're giving you the 6% per annum interest boost. So just now we talked about the 2.9%. That is the fund return, 2.9%. You add another 6% per annum, make it like 8.9%, right? And they give you two interest coupon, so you can do it 2 times. But this is only for new user, okay? New user then can get all this interest boost coupon. So if you haven't signed up for Longbridge, you can either scan the QR code or you can click on the Longbridge link. And yeah, if you sign up through me as a partner link, you get like additional $18 cash coupon. And yeah, you get the interest boost coupon for up to 2K. Okay, then 6% per annum lah. Then you just deposit $2,000 for hold it for 30 days, make 3 buy trades of stocks or ETF, you can get half an Nvidia share. Now Nvidia damn hot, right? Yesterday I remember I saw it ready to $170 already. So half of it should be $85. So previously it's 85 Singapore dollars, and now it's worth $85 for half an Nvidia share. Okay, make sure you read the terms and conditions very carefully. But if you cannot understand terms and conditions, you come to the chat group and ask. I think a lot of people have already qualified for the new user promo, and thank you to all those who have already signed up. Yeah, because I've helped a few people get their new user rewards already. Okay, so if you haven't signed up for Longbridge, I mean, if you just want to get this money market fund, right, the iFast one, 2.9%, much better than the Fullerton one, right? The Fullerton is around 2%. But make sure you read the fact sheet, make sure you understand what you are investing into. Okay, and then you add the interest boost, I think you can get very good returns lah. I mean, for a slightly short period. Okay, next one, I want to talk about cash management account. Okay, cash management account, I'm very sure they are advertised very heavily. There are a few platform providers having all these kind of accounts. So let's talk in detail, right? What are all these cash management accounts? Number one being the UOB AM Cash Plus Extra. Okay, whatever name they put, actually there is an underlying fund. Okay, underlying fund means what this management account, what funds are they investing in? It can be just a single fund, it can be a mix. So for example, like UOB AM, right? They have like 80% United SGD Cash Fund and 20% in the United SGD Money Market Fund. And they give you a projected yield of 3.4% per annum, which you can sign up under UOB AM Invest. The referral link is there. Okay, but here's the thing, right? If you invest in the underlying funds yourself, can you get a better return than 3.4%? The answer is it depends, okay? Because sometimes the platform must earn money also. So there's a little bit of spread, okay? But are you able to set up this portfolio yourself by taking 80% United SGD Cash Fund and 20% United SGD Money Market Fund and put in the portfolio yourself? Yes, you are able to. Okay, but I mean, if you just want simplicity, you want someone to do it for you, then you just go with what the cash management account do for you lah. So you are like hiring a fund manager to do it for you, which is why there are fees to be paid. Okay, some of them no fees okay, to be honest, but 3.4% is what you can get from the UOB AM Cash Plus Extra right now. Okay, next one, I cover a bit about Endower's products. Endower's, they have 3 cash management accounts, starting with secure, then enhanced, then ultra. Okay, I know the yield looks very attractive, but bear in mind, higher returns usually come with higher risk. Okay, and you look at what are their underlying funds. For the ultra, it's coming short duration bond funds, and then for the most secure one, the Cashmark Secure, it's going to be the Lion Global and Fullerton Cash Funds. Okay, so the higher the risk level, the higher the compensated return. Okay, so there's ultimately going to be higher fluctuation in Cashmark Ultra. I remember during 2022, when Cashmark Ultra was doing very poorly, there were a lot of unhappy customers like thinking, why Cashmark Ultra is losing money? So I mean you have to be realistic lah. Cashmark Secure is probably like very low volatility, but the returns will be much lower. Okay, so you have to weigh your balance up. Do you prefer the risk and then get high return, or do you prefer a lower risk and you get lower return? Okay, so that's why there's a difference between Cashmark Secure, Cashmark Enhanced, and Cashmark Ultra. Okay, so depending on what's the risk level you can accept lah. Likewise for StashAway Simple and StashAway Simple Plus, same concept. Simple is just really simple, you know, money market funds, liquidity funds. Then StashAway Simple Plus, you add in the slightly higher risk bond funds. Yeah, so that's why it has slightly better return. All these rates I just checked today, so it's accurate as of today. Okay, and then I heard a lot of people like to use Mari Invest Safe Plus because it's giving you like 2.47% projected right now. And the fund they are in, the underlying fund is the Lion Mari Bank Safe Plus fund. And the key feature is that you can do instant withdrawals of up to 10K. Yeah, so you know when you buy all these funds, right, there are some processing time needed. Okay, like it's not immediate that you will see returns on. They need to subscribe to the fund, then 1 to 2 work days, sometimes even 3 work days, then you start seeing the returns generated. Likewise, when you redeem the funds, right, it's not immediate that you can take out the cash quickly. There is going to be some processing time, which is why Mari Invest Safe Plus is very attractive. Okay, yeah, I also heard that people can do double dip interest because of the timing issue, and it's known to be a last time it seems like a bug, but actually it kind of like become a feature. But I would say that for 10K, unless you really have the time and you want to manage it every day, yeah lah, there are blogs teaching you how to do it. I will not share how to do it, but there are people teaching how to do it. Okay, so that's how people double dip, and you can do it by signing up for a Mari Bank account first. Okay, Syfe also has their Cash Plus products. I know they have the Syfe Cash Plus Guarantee, which works more like a fixed deposit, so I'll not discuss that. But Syfe Cash Plus Flexi, okay, they are using the underlying fund of Lion Global Money Market Plus Liquidity. So you see all the product, right? Their underlying funds are almost the same one. Lion Global, Fullerton, United, all the same few companies doing all this, right? So it's just packaged in a different way or to entice you to sign up with their products. But if you look at the underlying funds and you know how to invest in them yourself, then maybe you can get a better return. Maybe only. Like I said, the yield is only projected. It's not guaranteed. Yeah, so Syfe, I also have the referral code. I work with them for quite a few years already. Lastly, let's talk about Chocolate Managed Account. Okay, this one highly debatable. But they give you, the fact is that they give you 3% per annum on the first 20K, 2.7% on the next 30K. So if you put in 50K, you get a blended yield of around 2.6, you get a blended yield of around 2.8, 2.9%, depending on how much you put. Yeah, so Chocolate Managed Account used to be instant withdrawal. That was their key feature. But now that they have paused their instant withdrawal feature, it will not be as attractive as it used to be. Yeah, so I also don't use Chocolate Finance anymore, other than the Chocolate card itself. So Chocolate Managed Account, if you can buy the underlying funds yourself, maybe you'll get a better return than that 3% or 2.7%. Okay, so to sum it up again, cash management account, all of them would invest in some kind of underlying funds. And can you invest in this kind of underlying funds yourself? Yes, it is possible through some of these brokerages, through some of these trading platforms. If you look at all the fund plus whatever, usually it's like stocks, ETF, options, crypto, and then there's something called fund, right? If you click on the fund tab and you search for all these underlying funds, you will be able to find them. Yeah, so that's the mini hack that I can share with you. Oh. Okay, for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to talk about USD cash managed account because I mentioned earlier in the part of this live stream that you need to be aware of FX risk. So USD versus SGD has swung quite. Don't use USD cash managed account just for the sake of high return, because the FX risk is going to eat you up. The fluctuation is going to eat you up. And we all talk about the de-dollarization of the world and whatnot. I'm not going to go there, but the only purpose of a USD cash management account is when, like a USD money market fund, is when you are going to invest in a USD asset. And then this USD asset will draw funds directly from the money market fund. Then yes, it makes sense because you're already converting for the sake of investing. If you're converting just for the sake of getting the return, right, it is not worth it because you need to convert 2 times. First, you convert to USD, you suffer 1 time spread. You convert back another spread. Okay, let's say each spread is 0.3%. 2 times the spread is 0.6%. If your yield is only 4%, you minus 0.6%, and most of the time it's very likely more than 0.6%, then there's no point, right? Yeah, so have to be very careful. Don't fall into the return of the numbers. Okay, then just now I said all the underlying bond funds, where can you buy, right? One good example is Mumu. Okay, Mumu, they have this Income Plus. And if you click under Income Plus, you just go to the Wealth section, then you click Fund, you'll find this Income Plus. These are the few funds that are available in SGD. Okay, on the left, these are my watch list. These are the SGD short-term bond funds. Yeah, they are slightly higher risk than money market and liquidity funds, but they are still considered low risk investments. Okay, I want to be very, very clear. These are investments. These are basically bonds that are packaged together. They invest in bond assets, fixed income assets of different places around the world. So they are packaged like a bond fund, a basket of bonds. What I personally invest in the Lion Global Short Duration Fund. Okay, that is the picture on the right. Around 145K invested. These are my daily returns based on the Mumu platform. Okay, I'm not telling you to invest all in. This is just I show what I'm investing in. So far for July, it has been a positive return. Since the 1st of July until now, I gotten around $664 for this capital. Okay, so you can go and calculate the effective yield. Okay, and then there are a few other short-term bond funds like Fullerton Short-Term Interest Rate, Nikko AM Shenton Short-Term Bond Fund, United SGD Fund, HSBC. Okay, don't take it as financial advice. I'm just showing you the options are available on Mumu, which you can set up. Because like I mentioned, right, in my previous slide, I say that you can invest in the underlying funds yourself, and that's what I did. Okay, I don't need all these fancy cash management account. I will do those investments myself. But you need to be you need to understand the risk. Make sure you read the fact sheet, you understand what you are investing in. Because these are not capital guaranteed. Okay, past performance is not a guarantee of future performance. And I invest in them because I understand. But you may not understand. So yeah. There may be losses one. Don't see a 15-day green means very good. Bounce. No. Okay. Some days you will incur losses. Okay, it's not capital guaranteed. Okay, with that, we go on to our agenda for Q&A. Okay, yeah, so that's my main slide. I presented for 30 minutes already. If you have any questions, go and type it out in the chat. Okay, I will try to answer. But most importantly, if you appreciate this presentation, please go and help me scan the QR code. The QR code will lead you to Interactive Brokers. They are my partner, so every click counts, Yeah, you don't have to sign up, okay? You just scan the QR code. It's a good thank you from you already. And if you scan the QR code, just help me type in the chat. Okay, I also want to thank you for scanning the QR code. Okay, meanwhile, I look at what the chat questions have. Okay, you all can go and type your questions first. Later, I will Okay, bro, where can I put my money if I'm going to take out in 8 months? So 8 months is relatively short. 8 months is less than 1 year. 8 months. Please don't ask me to recommend you. You look at this slide, you see which one is suitable for 8 months one. Okay, you have CPF, you have fixed deposit, you have T-bills, SSB, high interest savings account, money market fund, cash management account, short-term bond funds. You look at which one, this list, right? Then later you go and read my slide. I will upload it. You see which one is suitable for your risk profile and which one you understand better. Because I don't know your risk profile, I don't know your risk appetite, and I don't know your sum of money. So even if I know, I also cannot advise you because I don't have financial advisor license. Yeah. So you own self do your own due diligence lah, huh? Or maybe you ask in my Telegram group chat. Yeah, they can answer because they are anonymous and I'm not. Okay. Mari Invest can double the interest. Yes, true. This is true. How to do it? I don't want to share lah, but I'm not doing it. Someone else have already written blog articles, blog posts about it. You all can go and search about it. Okay. What about CFUSD? For 4.3%. Yeah, I mentioned already. Don't do it just for the USD 4.3% because you're going to suffer FX losses or gains if you're lucky. Yeah, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. And in fact, the reason why you should not go for CFUSD is because CF is not a trading platform. So you're not exchanging it for the sake of investing, you know. You're exchanging currency just for the sake of the 4.3%. And then you suffer both sides the FX loss, the FX spread and the fees, right? Not worth it at all. Okay, so yeah, even though I'm a partner of CF, I'm just very upfront about this. Don't do it. What is money market fund? Sorry, newbie question. Okay, money market fund. How to explain it very simply? Money market fund. I think you ask ChatGPT easier to understand. It's just a very low risk investment product. Okay, it is not a cash management. Yeah, it is just not cash. Money market funds are ultimately investments. So usually money market funds are very popular in trading platforms. Why? Because they want you to park money inside first. So meanwhile, you park the money inside, they will be invested into some fund, and this fund will generate passive returns. And then when you are ready to invest, they will take money out of this money market fund subscription and then pull the funds out for your investment. Okay, that's a very long answer. But the short answer is, it is just a temporary place to park money. It is not meant to be a long-term high interest strategy. Okay. Yeah, for the simplified answer, you can go and ask ChatGPT. What is the strategy looking ahead till the end of this year with the market uncertainty? Okay, my strategy, I've been very upfront about this. Since last year, May, I already told about, I'm going to liquidate a lot of my cash positions and go into the market, the stock market. Yeah, and I've been doing it so far. My cash position is looking very, very low now. I think less than 10% already. So the only bigger cash position, like I shared earlier in this part of the video, is the short-term bond funds with Mumu. And that was because I was trying to fulfill the existing user promo the last time. That's why I had more motivation to do it. Okay. Yeah, so right now, mostly in short-term bond funds. If not, there's also HSBC Everyday Global Account. But that one a bit different. That one is quite different from what we discussed this time. Okay, meanwhile, if I answer your question, please go and scan the QR code as a method of thank you. And if you scan the QR code already, please also tell me you scan it already. Okay, can? I support you support me lah. Can or not? Okay, next one. Cash management account versus invest funds via Momo in terms of fee. Which one is better? Cash management account versus invest funds via Momo. Oh, so you're asking about the last two options lah. So if you know how to invest in the funds via Mumu yourself, you know what you are looking at, then do it yourself lah. Because if you are going under cash management account, it's just another layer of fees. I mean, if you can do it yourself, why you hire someone to do it, right? It's effectively the same thing, but you need to know what you are investing into. A lot of people choose cash management account because they don't know or they don't understand the underlying funds, which is okay, right? If you don't understand, don't invest into something you're not comfortable with, because your short-term bond funds are not all days are green. There are some days where they drop, the returns is negative one. So can you stomach the volatility or not? Of course, if you look at the past few days, it has been quite okay, but yeah, you never know when it would turn negative, right? Okay. Okay. Any other question for cash? You all want to ask questions on the high interest savings account, like unsure of what are their terms and conditions and whatnot. Yeah, I see my Telegram got anything or not. Okay, maybe I'll go back and talk about the high interest savings account, because I forgot to mention HSBC Everyday Global account. Yeah, HSBC Global account, I'm still using it as a form of liquidity cash fund. Sorry, it's not a fund. As a form of liquidity for my liquid cash. And I'm still doing the player one, player two ding dong strategy lah. Like 1 month I just put in one HSBC Everyday Global account. The next month I put in my wife's HSBC account. Yeah. And yeah, the base rate, if you qualify for the bonus interest campaign, is 2.5% for this month. And then you add in the bonus interest campaign, it's gonna be, if you add in the bonus interest campaign, sorry, you add in the everyday plus rewards, it's gonna be additional 1%, right? So that's 3.5%. Yeah, 3.5% is better than all the accounts right here. And yes, I know you can only do it for 1 month, but the next month you go and transfer the funds to another HSBC EGA account, right? As long as, yeah, it's a valid transfer. How about SCB Saver top up? 2.65% periodically empty and restart. Yeah, it's the same concept. It's totally the same concept as HSBC EGA. So the only difference between eSaver and EGA is that eSaver, right, there's no everyday plus rewards additional 1%. So 2.65% is really the net already. There's no additional 1%. But the good thing about eSaver is that you get your interest as soon as 2 work days, sometimes on the first work day of next month. So you get it very fast. But HSBC EGA, it take like a few months, like after the campaign period was over, then they take another 2 months to credit. By then you already forget this one is for which month already. And then sometimes you don't even know if they really got give or not. Yeah, so eSaver top up, I mean, if you want it simply, right, 2.65% is pretty good. It's better than T-bills, right? Better than SSV and better than all the cash management account. Yeah, eSaver top up, not bad. Good suggestion. Just that I never look into it because I'm doing HSBC EGA. Has anyone received interest for eSaver for the month of June? June should have received by now, right? Based on my understanding. eSaver leh. Standard Chartered eSaver. Standard Chartered usually quite fast, and they are the fastest bank to credit interest. My apologies, but can show the cash management account slide again. I missed by accident. Can you help me scan the QR can or not? Okay, I show you first. Cash management. Okay. Yeah, you help me scan the QR. Is it blocked by the StreamYard? Yeah. Never mind, later you scan. Okay. Don't worry, I will upload the slide later. You all can take a look. But this is what I collated just today, this morning. So basically, if you look at it, right, UOB AM cash plus extra look like the highest. But like I mentioned already, if you can invest in the underlying funds yourself, like United SGD Fund is giving you 4% already, then do it yourself. Yeah, via Momo. assuming you understand the risk. Okay. Ken, Mastermind Tan. Okay, help me scan QR. Scan QR, no need to sign up one. Don't think I'm asking you to sign up any brokerage account. Okay. My SDBRM said e-saver credit changed to 25th July. Wow. Changed so much from second workday to 25th July. Okay lah, but still quite long. So at least this is good information. So for those of you who are listening offline, right, you all didn't see this. It's like someone on the live stream chat just said that the e-saver interest, right, will be credited on 25th of July. So because we usually expect it to credit on the first or second workday of the next month, now it's going to be delayed to 25th July. Of course, I can't verify this lah. Okay, but this is a data point. Okay, next question. New to investing here, what is the best brokerage today for DCAing S&P 500? Oh, I had a video on this. It's called the best ways to invest in S&P 500 using cash, CPF, or SRS. Okay, but I just give you a shortcut. It depends on how much you are trying to DCA. Okay, and also, are you using cash, CPF, or SRS? Most people use cash, right? So cash, if it's very large amount, right? Sorry, not very large amount. Larger amount like $1,000 and above, I personally use interactive brokers. Okay, I'm still using interactive brokers, and I'm very upfront that because you scan this QR code, it will lead you to interactive brokers, which is why I always advocate them. My main portfolio is there. So interactive brokers, you look at the London Stock Exchange. You can look at CSPX ticker or SPYL or VUAA. These are London Stock Exchange, Ireland domiciled S&P 500 ETFs. So why we always choose London Stock Exchange is because it's tax advantageous, right? The withholding tax is 15% instead of 30%. But if you're smaller amount, like less than 1,000 USD, there are a few other trading platforms like because why I say smaller amounts don't do IBKR is because IBKR there is like the what's that conversion charge, the FX conversion charge. Secondly, the commission for London Stock Exchange is not like a few cents, it's like $2, close to $2. So your commission versus your order size, if the percentage is too large, it doesn't make sense in the terms of cost. So if you ask me, small order should choose what? If a simple answer, it is Safe Trade. Why Safe Trade is because you can invest in VOO, even though it's not London Stock Exchange, but they have free trades and automated trades. But the thing is, the FX not that good. So usually I last time used to recommend Safe Trade. Now it's called Safe Brokerage. But if you ask me on the deeper level, maybe even if you use cash, a monthly Prime USA fund using cash, because they do not charge commission on poems, and yeah, it's the same 30% withholding tax, no commission, small amount, okay. Can use cash, can use CPFOA, can use SRS. Tracks the similar companies under S&P 500. Yeah, but maybe you don't know what is a monthly Prime USA. So you come for my poem stock. Yeah, correct. That's a great way to plug in the poem seminar, right? The live event. My next live event on the 8th of August is going to be with poems. Yeah, I already put the link somewhere. You can go and sign up. Yeah, go and meet some like-minded people. Sorry, very long answer. And thank you for scanning the QR code. But this is not an investing live stream. IDCA into short-term bond funds in Mumu and Tiger have been getting 5% return, better than cash management account. Correct, no? Correct. So if you can invest in the short-term bond funds yourself, then why you let the platform earn money, right? This is my own short-term bond fund investment, Lion Global Short Duration Bond Fund. You go and calculate the return, it's definitely more than what is advertised. Yeah, but don't share so much. Okay, next one. If I have a lump sum of 100K, should I DC into S&P 500 or just buy one shot now? Wow, you asking me for financial advice, you know. If I tell you to lump sum now, tomorrow it crash how? Then if I don't tell you to lump sum, tomorrow it chiong up how? Either way, I so hard to advise. Okay, here's what I will do, right? 100K, should I DC? The most conservative approach is to split half. Okay, 100K is a lot of money, even for me. So split half, right? 50K, you lump sum now. 50K, you spread over maybe 2 months. Yeah, I think 2 to 3 months is the max you should spread out lah. Otherwise, you are just like holding cash on the sideline. But please don't treat it as financial advice. This is what I would do because 100K is, to me, is very large already. Okay, either that or I everyday DCA 10K. Yeah, maybe not 10K. Every day I DCA 5K. So 20 days I finished the 100K already. And 5K each DCA is quite big as well. Yeah. I mean, not everyone has 100K to, suddenly throw in the market. And now market is all-time high. Let me warn you. Market start already. Wow, 948 already. Okay, I check the market now. Market is all-time high now. S&P, everyone is euphoric. Crypto is also all-time high. Nvidia just reached a new high. Everyone is just euphoric. So understand, but it's not advice. If I help you in any way, just scan the QR code, but don't say it's advice because I'm not licensed to give advice. Okay, I'm just saying what I would do. Because if tomorrow S&P 500 crash, please don't come and blame me. And now that it's so high, it's very possible to have a retracement or correction. What is DCA? Dollar cost average. Yeah, sorry for not explaining. Dollar cost average means that every month, every week, every quarter, you put a certain amount of money. Like your pay come in, right? Then you want to dedicate $1,000 every month on the 15 calendar day. This is your lucky day every month. So every 15 calendar day, you just put in $1,000, whether the stock or the ETF is high or low. So if the stock price is high, you buy lesser units. If the stock price is low, you put more units. Or this is called DCA, dollar cost average. Also known as RSP. RSP is like the regular savings plan. RSP is like the feature to DCA. So in order to DCA, you will need RSP. %50 in also quite scary if suddenly market dip. Yeah, that's just life. You 50%, there's a 50% chance it will go up also, right? What if you put 50% in Nvidia at the start of the year? That's a different story already, right? Or Bitcoin. All these like mega bulls during this year. Crypto bro, ×8 end of year. Let's not talk about crypto. I just want this to be like a cash management strategy, how to manage your cash. Please don't tune this up to an investment and crypto stuff. Okay, so far, if you have any questions, go and type in the chat. If I've helped you, whether in this presentation or I've answered your question, just scan the QR code. It's right there. All right. You just scan it. No need money one. You scan, you also don't need to sign up. Someone will pay me. Okay, someone will pay me. Do you mind sharing your asset allocation in the market? Okay, like I mentioned earlier, my cash position is less than 10%. Can say that mostly in the market already. But what markets? Spread across US market, a little bit of crypto, a little bit of fixed income funds, very minute SG stocks, and physical gold, but mainly in the US market. Like I think 80% in the US market. Yeah. 80% US market. So you think of it like 10% cash allocation, including short-term bond funds and fixed income. The rest of the 10% is what I mentioned, crypto, crypto, Singapore stocks, and gold. Yeah, this I also want to rebalance it sometime later. Maybe as some property. I don't know. You need a name for property though. I mean the investment property. Okay, thank you for scanning the QR code. Yeah, for those who don't know what the QR code is for, it's just to support the channel financially because the live stream need to spend time to do one, appreciate the effort a bit. Just scan the QR code, no need money one. Okay, DBS FD Max 19999 at 2.45%, 12 months, not bad. Oh, really not bad, 2.45% for 12 months. I mean, if you have 20K, you don't mind locking it for 12 months, better than SSB, better than T-bills, can consider. Yeah, I've heard of this looming in the chat. Like people have been talking about it, but I'm not really sure. Is it like exclusive offer or public offer? That's it. Okay, any other questions on cash strategy? If you want me to go through any of these slides again, happy to go through again if you need further explanation. Which crypto I park my funds in? Actually, this one can say no one. Okay, I got no altcoins. And I only invest in ETF. Yeah, so you should know ETF only. Gold standard. Can share what US market funds you currently holding through the various platforms of Momo and BKR are unable to scan. Firstly, you scan the QR code for IBKR, it doesn't matter one. Whether you have new or old account, you just scan. You scan, you help me already. Okay, don't even need you to sign up anything. Don't even need to click anything after that. You just scan only. Okay, but by share what US market funds am I holding? Like I said, mainly S&P 500. This is my base tier. The base layer that I have is S&P 500, which is SPYL. Yeah, so I will set up the base to be very thick first, because my risk level is I need to set the base to be defensive first. That's the call position, S&P 500. Then on top of that, I have a few other ETF that are more risky, like more focused on tech, more focused on growth, and then on top of that, I have individual stocks. Individual stocks that are also tech focused. So you can say that my portfolio is very leaning on to tech. But why on tech is because back then it was the tech boom, right? And then there was a metaverse phase. And then after that, it was 2022, which was the market crash. And then after that was the birth of AI, ChatGPT. So there's a lot of focus on that. And yes, I still believe that AI is the future. So it's very tech focused. So if tech crash, my portfolio would die. Yeah. Can you go through high interest savings account again? Okay. Yes, I can do that. Okay, so for the purpose of those who just joined in, this is a high-level summary of the high interest savings account. You have Standard Chartered Bonus Saver, you have UOB1, you have OCBC 360, you have Trust Savings, GXS, and Mari Bank. And if you look at overall, the realistic max rate is what you will get if you fulfill the very basic terms and conditions like salary credit, card spend, incremental savings, bill payments, and whatnot. Then you realize that the best performing one right now is Standard Chartered Bonus Saver at 3.05%, but that's only on up to 100K. And then if you look at UOB1, even though the requirements are very simple, you can get 3.3% per annum up to your first 150K. And then that is even excluding the quarterly year-mark promotion. Okay, quarterly year-mark promotion is where you lock in a fixed amount of sum, at the end of the period or halfway during the period, they will give you some form of cashback. And you also enjoy some tax savings on the UOB Tax Saver promotion. So OCBC 360 is something that I no longer recommend because they have dropped their rates, and 2.45% is just simply not fantastic. Trustbank, I mentioned that I like their high eligible cap. So if you have a lot of cash, their requirements are pretty simple to hit. Just that you should be an NTUC member to get an additional 2% to make it. You have to be an NTUC member to get an additional 0.2% to make it 2% effective rate. GXS Saving Pocket, I say don't waste time, 1.38% is not worth your effort. Mari Bank is still holding on to 1.88% right now, but we don't know when the rates will change. So this is my overall view of the high interest savings account environment. This is excluding HSBC EGA because that one needs some steps. Yeah, but if you're just looking at a single person, single strategy, here is the overall explanation that I just done. Can I scan the QR code? Can I scan the QR code? Okay, what do you think of parking at money market fund now? The rates are rather low now, which is why I don't do it. Right. Money market funds are in my money market funds, like I mentioned, it was yielding like 2% per annum, super low. Okay. If you money market funds are never for long-term cash parking, cash investing. It is always a temporary car park. You know, it's like a 10-minute car park. You go in and go out. Okay. You don't go there and stay forever. Your car park charges is going to be super high. So that comes in terms of opportunity cost. Money market funds is always a 10 minutes car park. Okay. If you want to grow your cash, what I did was I invested in short-term bond funds. Yeah. And of course, I do my HSBC EGA stuff, bonus interest campaign. Don't park in money market funds like a long-term car park or season parking. Okay, it's gonna kill you in terms of opportunity cost. Either you invest it or you just invest elsewhere. Don't put too long in money market fund. Oh, I know someone is gonna ask this. Pinko income fund. Oh my God. There are so many people talking about this. So here's my take, right? I just don't like the nature that you take money out of your own capital and then pass to yourself as dividend. Has it performed well so far? Yes, maybe. But I just do not like the nature of how the funds or your dividends are distributed from your capital. I mean, some people can appreciate it. Yeah, I just do not prefer it. Is it a good product or not? I have better products. Let's just say this. I have better products. So it's either I like invest in equities myself or I just invest in short-term bond funds. I will not go in the middle like Pinko income fund. Yeah, this is just my take. But some people, they like Pinko income fund. Yeah, so no right or wrong answer. If you like, you just buy. I just do not like it. That's my answer. Coinbase 4.1%, perpetual up to. Yeah, let's not talk about crypto in this chat. We are all talking about cash saving strategy. Let's not move the needle so high to crypto assets. Okay. I know you're very excited about crypto, especially after they boom this year. Okay, 10 o'clock already. Any last questions or not? If not, I'm going to end the stream already. Oh, if I answer your question, please scan the QR code. I don't ask for likes on this live stream one. Okay. Because likes to me not so useful. I think you scan the QR code more useful than giving me like. I don't ask for like. I ask for scan QR code. Scan QR code very easy, man. You just take out your phone, point at the screen, put your camera there, or if you you know you're playing it on your mobile phone, you can just click the description. There's a link there, hmsg.link/ibkr. That one I will thank you already. You don't even need to send me gift, don't need to donate, don't need super thanks. All no need. Okay, I don't need money from you. I just need you to scan QR code. Okay, if you appreciate the presentation. If you have missed the earlier parts, don't worry. After this live stream, it will be recorded on YouTube. Okay, I will also upload the slide so that you can scan the QR code and click on the referral link to sign up. Otherwise, no one will go and work until 10 p.m. today or OT. OT on Wednesday. But I think it's good. I think every month I should continue to do this series. Why? Because the numbers will change, but the fundamental will not change. Agree or not? The fundamental, the underlying meaning is the same one. It's just that the numbers change. And then some people, maybe they realize, got so many avenues to earn return on cash. I didn't know that there's such thing known as cash management account. I didn't know there's such thing known as short-term bond fund. Then they say, I didn't know I can invest in all these funds myself. So it's education. Sometimes it's not about just talking about how good the interest is. It's about education. It's about sharing what you know to other people who may not know. Right? So this is the kind of 精神, the kind of attitude that I want to pass down. Don't always be a KOL influencer, ask for like only. I think it's very important to educate and share, which is why I'm doing more live events now. Please go and join my live event, the Podiums one. Okay. How to scan? How to scan? Very easy. You take your mobile phone, then you open the camera app. Okay, camera. Then you go and point at this screen. Then you click on the link. That's how you scan. Very simple one. Last time we do Trace Together, right? You all sure know how to scan QR code one. You all remember Trace Together? Do you have any videos on short-term bond funds? Yes, I have one with Mumu. Mumu, right? What is it called? What's the title called? It's not my next cash strategy that is not a high interest savings account. Wait, I see whether I can find or not. My next cash strategy that is not high interest savings account. Yeah, I found it. Wait, see whether I can present or not. Which one? This one. You go and watch this video, okay? My next cash strategy that is not a high interest savings account. Or maybe I'll put the link. Put the link here. Short-term bond fund. Okay, this one only basic one. I never go and explain everything because I think a bit hard to explain over a short video, which is why I explained in this video. Okay, but in that video I covered about how you can invest in short-term bond funds, and later you watch the replay of this, it will show you like how to find the short-term bond funds on Mumu itself. Okay. Can scan QR code. Miss your presentation, bro. Coming Q&A. Never mind, man. Thanks for coming. If you miss the presentation, it's okay. You just come the Q&A. I think the most important part is the Q&A because that's when I engage with my community. Sometimes I look at the camera and then I talk to myself. So very sian, no engagement. So I come Q&A, more fun. I don't mind one. Later you come and watch the recorded live stream. No problem. Thank you for coming. If you only have one EGA and enjoy the returns for May and July, where would you park your cash in August, May and July? So you mean you sign up, you subscribe for the May bonus interest campaign, then June you skip then July you come again, then August, alright, August you skip again, what? Right or not? Where you park in cash in August? You need to look at the next HSBC bonus interest campaign. Are they doing anything or not? And if they are not, then you have to look at the other options that we discussed here. Starting from CPF, and all the way the risk level go up. You realize I structure it in a way, it's like starting the CPF is the most lowest risk one. Then slowly we add some risk. Right now. Short-term bond funds is the highest risk out of all these. Because you are like picking already. Bond picking, not stock picking. You pick the bond. Okay, what else? Well, more and more people come in already. Okay, suggestion for future topic. We heard a lot about compounding, get past 100K. In practice, there are hardly any good ways to hear it. Would love to hear your strategy. Coincidentally, 2 days ago, I published how to get your first 10K. How to get past your first 100K. It's not going to come from investing. I want to burst all the bubble who say, all the people who say, invest your way to your first 100K. It's not going to happen, okay? It is not going to happen. Coming from someone who has a few 100K. Okay, so coming from the way I see it, your first 100K is going to come from hard work. Hard work and smart work. Hard work means like, you dare to put in the hours in your job. And if your job is not paying you well enough, you go to another job. Or you search for a higher paying project. At the same time, you would go and discover your side hustle that can help you earn even more money. Then the other part of the engine is to reduce your cost. Are you able to live a frugal life or not? Okay, it's not going to come from investing. Those who say come from investing, they must be super good. I'm not good. Because less than 100K, your compounding is not even going to have any effect. Okay, less than 100K, even if you can compound 20%, 1 year you make 20K. I think it's not significant. 20K works, I mean, if you compare a 500K portfolio at 10% versus 100K at 20%, the difference is quite a lot. So, any good ways to do it? There are no good ways. It's always the same way. It's just that people who are trying to sell you something, telling you that invest your way to your first 100K, either by signing up for their course or their paid membership. Yeah, I've been on this line long enough. I know what it's like. Okay, what does financial freedom mean to you? Oh, I answered this question on my MoveFest, If you come to my MoveFest event panel, okay, what does financial freedom mean to me? The option to walk away. The option to say no. Say no to what? Your horrible boss, your terrible colleagues, your nasty client, okay? Why you must say yes to them now is because you don't have the DT. You don't have the confidence to walk away because you don't have financial freedom, okay? You got no DT. How you want to walk away? You need to take it in and then go back to work, take the MRT tomorrow and say that I have a horrible job, I have a horrible boss. But if you have financial freedom, you can just walk away with your FU money and say, screw this shit, right? That is freedom to you. But that's just one part of the equation. The second part is what are you going to do after you have reached it? Some people, they can have a lot of money, but they don't know what to do. They are bored with life. And then they will just say, have so much money, do what? So much time, don't know what to do, no meaning in life. Then they go back to work again. So you really need to, there's two parts of this equation, right? First part is the accumulating wealth part, to walk away from something you don't like to do. The second part is to move towards something you want to do for life. Most people can do the first part, right? Accumulating wealth, through investing, business, high income job, whatever. Second part, finding meaning in life. That is the difficult part. What can you do for the rest of your life and not get bored of it? Yeah, so that's financial freedom lah. First part, accumulation. Second part, destination or direction. Yeah, should not be a destination, should be a direction. Where are you going next? Accumulation is the first part. Direction is the second part. So that's what financial freedom means to me lah. Thanks, scan. Miss out the whole presentation. No problem. No problem. You scan more important. For those people new one, asking scan what? You scan this big QR code. See the word scan QR. You take out your camera app, you scan and you click in. Why? Because someone will pay me, okay? And you are not the one paying. You don't need to pay many money. You don't need to sign up. Okay, this is as free as you can get to support the channel. Okay, free one. Okay, many of you also scan already. Thank you for scanning. If you haven't scanned, go and scan. If I answer your question and you haven't scanned, this is the way to appreciate it. I also appreciate those who scan one but then never say one. Maybe you're shy. Don't worry, it's okay. Wow, still got so much question. So many people. Maybe talk too much about financial freedom. Okay, my EJ account was reviewed by the bank, can't transfer in and out. Is it normal? Or not normal? Wow, what happened to you, man? Your EJ account reviewed by the bank. Oh, I heard about GXS, because I was doing transfer on GXS and then they need like 12-hour cooldown unless you transfer to NRIC. So now it's like so much regulation. EGA, I haven't heard of it. So far, my EGA all okay. I think you better check with the HSBC people what is happening to your account. I cannot answer for you. How do you determine your ideal investment portfolio allocation, SG versus overseas and across asset classes? Oh, I didn't figure it out, like at the start. No one will have the idea of thinking they figure it out. It's more like some people think like I have everything figured out at the start of my life already. No, man. I figure it out along the way with mistakes and market crashes. Yeah, but that's the topic for another day. Like, you realize, this, at one point in time, maybe you're like 100% cash. Like, everyone starts with 100% cash, right? Which is why you are in this live stream today. Then slowly you realize cash is not earning any good returns. Where else can you put it in? So you go and learn, You go and learn where else can you put and can you accept the risk level or not? At the start, your risk level is confirmed very low one. Why? Because you lose money, Cash very safe, very nice on hand to hold, right? But it will not generate good return. So you slowly go and learn more. Then you start to allocate more, right? You allocate more, then you realize, wow, the more you don't know, why got so many things, one? I thought it's just like equity, stocks only. Why suddenly got ETF, got funds, got bonds? You slowly learn. Then you're like, there's so little things that I know about. Which is why in this YouTube channel, you'll see I just start 4 years. Actually, I learned for more than 10 years already. It's just that only the last 4 years that I start the channel. Okay, even the CPF, I started at age 25. I didn't start at 30. Yeah, so you need to slowly learn more, then discover where is your risk appetite and all that. Okay, this one is a good question. If you are listening it as a podcast, please listen to this question. When do you see the compounding really work in your favor? At which 100K or some other K? To me, of course, if you ask the realistic number, the bigger the better, right? But if you really ask me, compounding really work in your favor, I would say 300K SGD. 300K. I explain why 300K SGD. Okay, before that, you scan the QR code first. This answer may be quite long. Okay, so the question is that, because I just now I said that 100K, you won't see the compounding effect. Why 300K, you can see the compounding effect? Because if you look at the 4% withdrawal rule, right, 4% of 300K, I think you are getting at, is it close to 1K, right? 1.04. Yeah, you get 1K per month, 1K SGD per month. At 300K, 4% withdrawal rate, that's 12K per year. So 12K divided by 12, you get 1K per month, right? So 1K per month, usually you can cover very basic necessities already. Your bills, most of it are fully paid, unless you're talking about those variable expenses. So 1K, if it can cover your fixed expenses, does it mean that the rest of the variable expenses can be covered by your salary? And if those variable expenses can be decreased, does it mean that you have slight financial flexibility? Some people, they can live without their variable expenses right? But fixed expenses is every month you have to pay. So at 300K, right, that 1K can pay your fixed expenses. Then the rest, you can use it as a variable expense. You want to buy something good for yourself, you want to go and travel, all these are variable expenses. So this is why I really feel that compounding can work, because now you can stop spending from your salary and you can allocate a higher portion of your salary into investments if you really understand what you are investing in. So this is my answer for those of you who want to talk about compounding. 100K is not going to have an impact. 300K is where I really start to see, this 1K can at least cover my fixed expenses. So does it mean that I can invest more? And then the compound return get even more. Then you reach 600K, you can cover 2K of fixed expenses already. 2K a lot already for Singapore. 2K you can even fire in other countries already, right? Ken, this answer quite good, right? 300K. Next time I should do a video. Compounding doesn't work until you are 3. Compounding does not start at 100K. Right? Too many people do that 100K thing. Okay, this answer good. You scan the QR code. Well, today the chat room very active. Is a monthly index MSCI fund good? If yes, how to know when to buy? Answer your second question first. Nobody knows when is the right time to buy. Maybe if you buy today, tomorrow it will drop. And maybe if you buy today, tomorrow it will bull run. Nobody really knows. But is it a good fund? Yes, it's a good fund by fact. Why? Low cost, 0.1% per annum of fees. Considered very low already. Secondly, can invest with CPFO. So if you don't like US, right? You don't like a monthly prime USA fund, you can go a monthly index MSCI World Fund, right? Cover the entire world. Sorry, not the entire world. The developed markets index. Or does it cover the entire world? Sorry, I didn't study this fund. Are you amazed at yourself for making so many people financial literate? Actually, I don't know how many people I impact. You ask me, I really don't know. Because it's not like in a live workshop where I see like 100 people here, then I can impact these 100 lives, right? Or maybe half of them sleeping. But you see, when you do things online, right, shared across tens of thousands of people, for myself, over 40,000 people, you really don't know the impact until like I go for live events, which is why I love to go for live events. Like last Saturday during Move Fest, some of you come and say hi to me, like how much I've helped you. Like even though I don't know you and you don't know me, or maybe some of you know me through the screen, then it's like very touched. Like, a small little action from me can impact people's life. Then I want to do this to even impact more people in the right way. Because I myself last time without all this investment knowledge, the insurance agent say what I so believe one because very young I want to make money already, I want to invest already. Then the insurance agent say, all like that, all like that. How many of you are like that one? Also want to make money, but then insurance agent say what you also believe. So I want to be the person more. Yeah. So it's a very noble job. You scan the QR code twice, IBKR will pay me 2 times. Yes, correct. You scan 10 times. Actually, I still don't know how they count. Is it unique or not? This one I don't know. Scan 5 times, thank you. You enjoy the answer, you scan more, okay? I don't ask for likes one. No need to like, no need to give me super thanks, no need to donate to me. I don't want your money. I just want you to scan QR code only. How to access accredited fund without meeting criteria of being AI? There are many investment plans for... this question very long. I read again. Sorry. How to access accredited fund without meeting the criteria of being an AI? There are investment plans from insurance companies offering projected return of 15%, but there's a yearly 2.5 management fee. First of all, this looks too good to be true already. How many of you agree? Agree, right? 15% projected return. Wow, you do what fund one? Projected is not guaranteed, okay? Last time I still don't know one. insurance agent show me projected return 4%, I'm very happy. Because I got no financial literacy at that time. Returns are not guaranteed. Cost is guaranteed. Get this in your head, okay? Please, you see, sometimes be AI, then you become the bigger cai tao for them to cut. Because what does AI relieve you of? Like, they know that this AI has done their due diligence because firstly, you need some AUM, assets under management, to be accredited as AI. So it's like the liability is shifted to the AI person instead of the person selling it. This is what I feel. So really, there are like, even my status right now, I don't even think of going to be AI. What's the point? Of course, there are some AI products that are quite good ones. Just that most of the time, more often than not, it's not as good as people think they are. Any thoughts on the newly launched Monday Straits Times Index Fund or endowers? Yeah, my thoughts are, if you can buy the ETF directly, why you need to buy through a Monday? Unless the cost is better. You compare the two costs. This is an open-ended question. Open-ended answer. Go and compare the fee expense ratio of STI ETF versus a Monday. Is a Monday more advantageous now? Don't forget, endowers is going to charge you platform fee. Even though I'm a partner, but this is fact, right? Can say one. You go and compare the fees, then you will know the answer. If you have 300K now after savings, how will you invest the 300K and how long? 300K now after savings, how will you invest? Well, this one is exactly the same question as the 100K. The Mr. 100K one just now asked me how to allocate. Same thing 50% lump sum, 50% this year over 2 to 3 months. But 300K is a lot 100K already a lot. Now you give 300K. I don't know how to answer this kind of question really. Okay. The monthly Straits Times Index is not very competitive based on fees versus existing STI. Exactly what I said. Yeah, compare the fees. Numbers don't lie on. If there is no significant advantage, then why should you go through a monthly? The reason why you go through a monthly Prime USA is because there is no alternative that you can invest with CPFO. And the fees on a monthly Prime USA is only 0.05%, which is very low. A monthly Singapore fund, is it low or not? You go and check. You go and check. If I answer your question nicely, please go and scan the QR code. No need go and scan QR code. Any advice for a couple with no kids, early 30 wealth accumulation? What should be the top 3 strategies now? So you are in a similar situation as me Ding couple, no kids, early 30 wealth accumulation. What should be your top 3 strategy? Number 1, if you are still a junior executive in your job, individual contributor, make sure you're a highly paid individual contributor. Okay, because usually people at early 30s, they rise up to be managerial positions already. You want to have a high income first. But if you don't have high income, also don't worry. You need to have a profitable side hustle. Why? Is because the world is changing. Your job is not secure, not as like the past few years. So you need some wealth strategies. Number 2, you should have secured a property, right, for your own stay, because you don't want to keep renting at this age. Especially if maybe one day you have a kid, you want to raise yourself in your own home rather than a rented place. Number 3 strategy is to start thinking of retirement if you haven't. Start building your CPF. I know that CPF is always overlooked by a lot of people, but it was my priority before I even start all this wealth accumulation. You will be nearer to your retirement earlier than you think. Yeah, so that's the 3 advice. Gain a higher income, own your property, plan for retirement. Hope that answered. Scan the QR code. Hey, don't talk about crypto already. Can this topic today no crypto? I don't show. Just scan only, right? No need ask. Scan only. Scan can already. You scan already, you can exit. UBM Cash Plus Extra invest in United HSBC Cash Fund and Money Market Fund. Can we invest in Class B funds ourselves? You can invest in the United HSBC Cash Fund. In Mumu, yes. But I don't know whether it's Class A or Class B or Class 1. I only know that United HSBC Cash Fund exists. But the answer is yes, you can do it yourself. With market high now, investing lump sum into bond fund, will you be disadvantaged? How about equity bond fund? You see the thing about bond fund, it works quite differently from money market fund. Money market fund is when the interest rates drop, the return will also drop, right? Bond fund is if the interest rates drop, the bond NAV will rise in. Because bond price is inversely related to interest rates, which is why I put my money in it. Okay, that one the topic for another day. You need to understand how bond works. Bond work quite differently from money market funds. Will you top up your CPF MA or SA first? Okay, last time if you ask me, it's MA first. But now if you ask me, it's SA first. Why? I already have a video on this. Would you go and search honey money top up SA or MA first? Okay, I will give you the full answer. Can? Sorry, the answer very long. You watch the video easier. Hey, Clarence, any tips for young couple with single income and kids? What would be the best course of action? Single income and kids. Best course of action. Single income and kids. But is there a reason why you're not on dual income first? Because many young couples, right? If they're on single income, it's because maybe one of them need to be the caretaker of the baby in the initial phase. But after the initial phase, the caretaker can go to work already, right? Unless he or she is disabled. Yeah, then that one cannot say but it's possible with a single high income, right? But if you ask me, if he or she can work, and then why is he or she not in the workforce? Unless you're earning a very single high income, then that's not a problem. You can go and hire a helper. What's the best course of action? Really is to get the highest income as much as possible, because this is ultimately an income question. If you're single high income, it's not a problem. If you're dual income, it's also not a problem. So the problem is, why is the person not working there? This one would need a deeper answer or deeper understanding. So the problem is the income. How to get the best return on SRS contribution? Invest The simple answer is to invest. Can invest in what? I invest mine in equities or unit trust, a Money Prime USA fund. Yeah, I already covered this in my best way to invest SRS. What's a comfortable salary for single income, no kids for late 20s? Well, you asked me this question, got so many interpretation. Last year I did so many salary videos. And then late 20, of course as high as possible, right? But comfortable salary, I think late 20s you should at least hit the median income already. Last posted median income was 5.5K, including employer CPF. So it's I think 4.7, 4.8K gross salary, late 20s. Yeah, but now talk about salary, very sensitive topic. Everyone is out of job and hard to find job already. So you see all now the forum all talk about high salary one now, all kena bash. Why? Because people are going through a very hard time now. Everyone is experiencing layoff and pending layoff. So yeah, be more. I also cut back on all this salary topic because quite sensitive. Because I'm in a privileged position. Having a job already part of the median. Yeah, so I say if you can go above the median salary as a late 20s, I think you are very good already. Yeah, this is my answer. Okay, 10:30 already. Didn't realize time flies so fast. Okay, yeah, I hope I answer all your questions. And yeah, it's getting late. I also don't want to hold up your time. For those who haven't scanned the QR code, then please go and scan the QR code. It will support the channel without any financial help. So without any financial contribution from you. No need to give me anything. No need donate. No need like. Okay, scan QR code can already. I answered last question already. After this, I want to zao already. Can. Okay. Any further question, you will come my next live stream. What's the best time to do CPF top up in the current market? If you're not at FRS yet, you can wait till the end of the year. But if you're already at FRS, you do it probably as soon as possible so that your interest can compound. What's the median again? 5.5K including employer salary, including employer CPF contribution. So that's like 4.7, 4.8 gross salary. What will you invest in today's market? What are your top 5 stock pick? Yeah, this one I will not answer lah. What will I invest? I just give you very safe answer. S&P 500 or World Index Fund. Okay, you need the base first. Once you have this base, more or less you will know what kind of stocks you want to pick already. Can. Cash plus extra B is reserved for yeah lah. Like I said already, I don't know the class. I only know United SGD Cash Fund is available. Just that I don't know the class. But the rates, I think is projected 4% per annum on Momo right now. Please don't ask me about individual stock. I do not study them because I got no time. That's why I invest in S&P 500. Don't waste time lah, unless you're really into the business. Okay, that's all already. That's all. I think today very late already, 1.5 hours. I think those watching recording will say, wow, why this time the live stream so long? Yeah, it's because of Q&A. Full presentation, I only do 30 minutes. This time, thank you for all your questions though. Very interactive, especially those who ask me a deeper meaning of life and all that stuff. Okay, one more thing. If you want to leave the live stream before you do, scan QR code can already. Okay. I'll put up the slides later in the coffee shop, provide the links, and yeah lah, the recorded live stream. I cut away the head and the tail. Okay, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you on the next live stream, probably next week or next 2 weeks. I'm trying to keep it regular, but every month I will at least have one cash strategy update lah. Can? Oh, thank you everyone. Good night. Thank you for your questions. Scan the QR code or just click the Integrity Brokers link. Okay, thank you very much. Good night.